I want to spend it right. No fear of what's to come. Just hold me close tonight. Behold, pull through a hidden door. It's something more. If we get one chance to live this life, why are we still killing time? Why are we still killing time? Why are we still killing time? Why are we, why are we, why are we, why are we still killing time?
Force.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Flux here, and there's something kind of fishy going on here in Rhinestone Island today. As you may have noticed, I did post about this a bit on Reddit. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here, but apparently this is actually a really common bug. I don't really understand what's happening here, but as you can see, basically every single tree that I've put down seems to have duplicated itself, like, I don't know, 10 or 15 times. It applies to pretty much any piece of foliage like that I put down at all, up to a certain point. So you can see like all these trees. It's very easy to see in the palm trees, obviously, because they shouldn't have this many little tree fawns and whatever. And you can see it in the default trees are kind of harder to spot it, but if you kind of just like pan down, you can see how like all these layers are kind of duplicated. But once you get over here, kind of away from all that craziness, and we get to some things we put down more recently, as you can see, the trees are fine. Nothing's been duplicated. So I don't really know if it was like a game update that happened that caused all my existing trees to duplicate like 10 to 15 times each, but as you can see, you know, over here, obviously anywhere where trees were around before, I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks ago, it seems to be happening. And I thought it could be mod related, but I've kind of already ruled out all the mods that I've installed in the past few weeks, which hasn't been that many. I mean, there's been some assets that I've installed, but no mods really that would affect this stuff. And anything that I thought might have been an issue, I've gone and asked other people who've also experienced the problem and kind of concluded that they did not have the same mods that I did. So I've kind of ruled out all the mods at this point, or at least most of the mods that I already have. But I'm trying to figure out kind of a way to fix this. The problem is, you wouldn't think it's that big of an issue, right? Like, okay, so it looks kind of weird, right? Well, here's the real problem. You might notice my FPS in here is pretty bad. I'm currently at like 20 FPS, and when I get really close like this, I drop down to like 15, 16 FPS, which is pretty bad, considering I have like a GTX 970 and should not have problems with that at all. Well, what you can see is it didn't just like, you know, change the way the asset is. It literally duplicated it like 15 to, I don't know, 10 to 15 times. So you can see I'm hovering over this. There's like 15 trees here now, and it does it with everything. Every single bush, right? These flowers, there's 10 flowers here. Actually, you know what? I think these bushes didn't get duplicated. Oh, interesting. So those bushes did not get duplicated. It might be, but the thing is, it doesn't seem to be asset specific either, which is kind of strange to me. Here, let me put that one back real quick. Because it's happening to my default trees as well. And anyway, so I posted about it, and it seems to be a pretty common issue at this point. So when I'm zoomed out like this, and all the LODs are set to their lowest point, you can see the trees don't look super amazing right now. It's fine, I got 60 FPS, no problem. But the second that I zoom in and kind of take a closer look at this stuff, you can see that once the LOD pops in, so right now it's fine, then it pops in, and then instantly I drop down to like 20 FPS or lower. So a little bit frustrating, but fortunately it's only like this area of the map. It's a lot of trees. That's the thing that sucks, is that I spent a lot of time putting all these down. So I'm kind of like hoping that some modder could create some sort of mod that would essentially just recognize every instance, because the game should not be able to do this, right? You can't put trees in the exact same location. You can put them really close, but if there's a tree in that location already, you can't put another tree in that exact same location. So I figure, you know, this issue is kind of easily recognizable by the game. The game can recognize when there's more than one asset in the exact same location. So maybe someone could create a mod that would basically remove any duplicate assets, or, you know, assets that have been placed in the exact same location more than once, and just like get rid of all instances except for one of them, right? Maybe just like randomize it, I don't know. But that would really help, because the only way to fix this right now is basically just to go in with the brush mod and just like completely wipe all the trees, and then go back and replant all of them. And that would be pretty annoying, to say the least. It would take many, many hours, and on top of that, I don't even know what's causing this. You know, it could just happen again, who knows? So I don't really want to even try that right now. So anyway, as it stands, it's not really an issue unless I zoom in, and then you know, in this particular part of a city, then it becomes a problem. So so anyway, little PSA for you guys on what's going on there. I'm gonna definitely keep looking into this issue, and for now I'm just gonna kind of ignore it, and then if it comes to it, I'll probably end up, you know, going and replanting all the trees, but that would totally suck. So let's try and find a better solution for that. But anyway, on to what we were actually doing today. So as you can see, I spent a very long time, probably more than you might know, on all of this foliage placement and some little stone walls and stuff, and kind of working all the stuff in. I especially love the way that this new train station kind of gets worked into our campus over here. I feel like the trees do a good job of kind of masking this little railway, not making it so, I don't know, just stand out in the middle of this campus. But as you can see, I didn't even finish. There's still some areas over here that need some work, but the amount of time that I put into this already, I just decided to go ahead and record a new episode, and we'll come back and finish this campus detailing in the next time lapse. Because I also kind of want to tie that into some new stuff that we're going to be doing today, which I haven't talked about yet, but I've got a pretty cool idea. I think this has been kind of floating around in the comment section for a while now, but a lot of you guys are saying I should make like some sort of national park, you know, have some cool trails walking around in the mountains. I think that's a fantastic idea, because personally I wasn't planning on actually doing any sort of, I don't know, shaping of the mountains to fit actual buildings, right? I didn't really want to touch this stuff. I really wanted to make this city feel like it's like a part of this region, right? I don't want to try and trash the region, you know, like flatten the mountains out and make more buildings. I really want to make the suburbs kind of come right up to the mountains and have, you know, some little mountain homes and even an actual national park over here, or at the very least, I'm calling it a national park. What I really mean to say is probably just like a little hiking area, you know, some trailheads here and there. But I think that we could combine, you know, the rocks and the foliage and all this stuff, some flowers, and really make some nice looking little trails and things, you know, going through here, some kind of cool, unique little areas. So I think I want to have the main trailhead kind of in this area over here, and then have some trails that go all along this mountain and even up this way on this side. And I want to definitely have some cool looking geometry and rocks and foliage and stuff on this cliff face to really make this one feel like a unique cliff. But yeah, we'll get to that in the future. But this is what I've done so far on the university. I'm actually really enjoying the way this is turning out with the combination of this little stone wall coming through here. We got some little walkways to go up to different buildings, you know, some details along the street over here, which is kind of nice. I definitely like this bridge. I was a little bit unsure about it for a while, because obviously I don't have the varying height mod, so I can't like change the height of this bridge or anything like that. But I kind of had to deal with this just like super tall bridge. But I think that with the rocks and the trees kind of hiding it and masking it, it kind of looks pretty nice now. So I'm pretty happy with this overall feel now. And I definitely continued with all the detailing and the foliage all through here, and I'm loving how busy this campus is getting. And we haven't even actually really put this thing into full effect yet. Once I get that train station up there working and we get some bus routes coming in here, we're gonna get some really busy streets through this way, hopefully with pedestrians and not so much with cars. That was kind of the goal of this whole design through here. So you can see we're getting plenty of people walking and biking to school, which is pretty awesome. Right now it seems to be primarily people using the high school down here. So if you go over here, it seems to, this is considered a high school by the game, so everyone's kind of going to this right now, and the university's getting used. But once we get this thing working up here, we've got the trains coming in, got some train lines going, got the metro working, and this is going to be probably a big key point in making this whole area more busy. So I'm kind of excited for that. But we've also got, you know, some little detail work back here. I try to make a little fountain behind this little music, I don't even know, this is called conservatory, I think is what they call it in the game, something like that. You know, some detail along the rails over here. I think, let me see what else. Oh yeah, I also tried to line this road with white flowers. I think it turned out pretty cool. I'm going to try to leave the middle section like this, so just with the nice, you know, little palm trees and the grass and the white flowers and the bushes here. I think that kind of makes this nice, because everything else is going to be pretty dense. You know, I've got lots of dense foliage surrounding this area, so I want to try and make the middle section feel a bit cleaner. And yeah, that's what I did so far. I wonder if I can go into first person view and have it actually locked to the ground real quick. I think I turned that off a long time ago. Let's see, hotkey first person. There's definitely like a snap to ground. Here we go. And then ground distance, definitely not 1. Let's try like 3. I think that's about human height. Let's find out. Oh, that's pretty good. The sensitivity is super high on the movement and low on the walking. I wonder if, oh yeah, I can turn that down. Hang on a minute. Wasn't really prepared for this, actually. Yeah, movement speed's at full. That's probably why it's so crazy. Sensitivity? I don't think you can change the sensitivity, though. Which I guess isn't a big... Oh, wait, here we go. Sensitivity. Man, I love this, though. Like, this mod, this first-person mod, like... I mean, it's awesome, obviously, for being able to walk around. Did I turn the sensitivity down? Why did I do that? Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Well, it's awesome, obviously, to be able to walk around and... I don't know, just observe different things you've made in the game. I also think it kind of unknowingly became a really, really awesome mod for people trying to make cool cinematics of the city, because now you've got all these new options for, you know, slow camera movements and walking around and all that stuff. But here we go, we've got, this is like the main avenue going up. You can walk down the street here, go underneath this bridge, coming on up to the main campus over here. Definitely handles hills a bit weird. Actually, I think that they updated it because it feels a lot smoother now going up these hills. It's harder to kind of figure out where the camera is and all that stuff, but got our white flowers kind of surrounding this whole little road, and this is all a one-way street that goes around here like last time. There's the music conservatory, and then we approach, we got some taxi stops like there and over there, which I also kind of imagined to be like in the future it's going to be a place where buses or people could wait for the bus, because I'm going to have a bus stop probably here and then down on that side as well. I got the metro station over here. There's our train station over there, and I actually love this train station, by the way. Like, the inside looks really well done. Like, this looks like it could be like a piece of the game, the base game. Like, I think it's a really, really well done station. It looks much better than the default train station for pedestrians, basically, because it's just like not very exciting. This one feels like a nice kind of like suburban. You know, it's got like the little hedge walkway area. I like that a lot. So, well done, whoever made that one. And coming down this way, we've got our main fountain down there. I love this statue in front of this. I think this is the Ham University over here on the side. Got everyone using these little bikeways and everything, which is kind of cool. There's our little bridge on that side. Here's pretty much the busiest building so far, just the high school. But I'm sure everything else will pick up pretty soon here. You can definitely tell when I look away from like the city. Like, I look over here, it's like 20 FPS. Look over here, it's like 60. Kind of funny. Yeah, hopefully we can get that whole like bug thing worked out, though, because that's definitely annoying to have duplicated trees like that. But anyway, that is pretty much the university. There's our nice little swimming pool area over here. That one kind of turned out well as well. I actually like how this one looks quite a bit. But anyway, so that's the university so far. I'm going to go ahead and do some more detailing on this side. I'm going to have this train kind of wrap around back here and then eventually connect to our different little small town on this side. I definitely want to have lots of small towns over here and on this side as well. But anyway, why don't we get started here, and we'll start working on the suburbs on the other side of the street. And then after I kind of get a base level idea of what we're going to do on this side, we can go in and definitely fix the bus routes, or get some bus routes going, really, and possibly even do the metro lines today. I'm not really sure if that's what I want to do, but I definitely want to do the bus lines today. Alright, so I went ahead and I just kind of threw down some basic roads here. As you can see, we haven't really gotten the chance to actually kind of, I don't know, solve this whole situation here with the incinerators and the trash being so close to this area over here. So I kind of just put some temporary little mounds down to kind of figure out where this is all going to go. But my idea here is to kind of create some rough rocks and things kind of surrounding this area, just to really separate it from everything else. It kind of needs to be here, though. We're going to have different locations for incinerators in the future, but this one here needs to service this area. We're going to have probably one down this way for this area, and then obviously a smaller one down there, and then same thing over on this side or down this way as well. So that's the reason for it being here. It had to be somewhere along the highway that was close to the main downtown area, or we'd have some pretty big traffic problems, or trash problems later on. So that's the reason for that. But as you can see, I went ahead and put down the main avenues here. I'm thinking we have a little roundabout down here on this side, you know, kind of like a suburbia area over here on this side. Lots of suburbs, lots of connections over here. I'm definitely going to probably rework this, but I just threw this down for now so I could get in this area while we kind of work out this whole thing. But the reason why I did this is not because I wanted to start the suburbs, but what I really want to do is start planning out the different railway traffic, the metro traffic, and of course the bus routes as well. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at that real quick. I can show you guys what we have going on here so far. We've actually got quite a few lines kind of set up here to go down in this direction. So the first thing to note is that this line on the inside definitely has more splits so far than this outside line. This outside line only seems to have this one split here, and then of course the main line that goes out this way. So I'm going to have this line probably go down here underneath the this little, I don't know, part of the ocean, I guess, and then start up again on this side, connect a few here, maybe have it kind of cut in this way, and finish off somewhere on this side to kind of service this whole side. That way this one can get, you know, the most for this whole line. But then this one over here on this side, this main line, has a lot of splits. So we have one right here, which I'm going to bring down this way, and probably have a main station somewhere over here. This one right here, I think we're just going to have this one dead end over here at the university. This could be kind of like the university line that dead ends over here. So we'd really need this one to be doing a lot of the work on this side to kind of connect this whole neighborhood to the rest of a downtown area. And then, of course, we have a line on this side that can connect to all this stuff over here, and these two, which will go down in this direction. Something to note here, though, I don't actually plan to connect this connection and all this stuff to this little neighborhood over here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some foothills kind of moving in this way, and we're going to have some neighborhoods kind of up on the ledges around this way. And that'll kind of prevent any need to connect this area to this side. That way we can focus on kind of designing a nice little small suburb area that won't become a shortcut for people to go and cut in through this way to get over to this side, which we don't want happening. So anyway, let's get started here and throw down some of these connections for the metro lines. For this one, I just want to make a nice simple dead end here at the end, so we'll just bring this thing up real quick. I'm actually going to pause the game mostly because of frame rate stuff. Let's see, I'll probably take it to like there. Hang on, did I yeah, okay, just want to make sure. Alright, and then I'll just go ahead and make a nice, relatively wide, actually I'm going to bring this back a little bit so we can make this better. Yeah, bring this back a tad. And then make a nice wide curve here. Like that. Awesome. So there's our dead end here at the university. This one can go off in this direction, and then now we can focus on this line here, which I think is mainly just going to service this whole suburb area down here. So let's try and make a nice line here that moves up. Okay, I'm just gonna make the station first, actually. Let's do that. Alright, so I want to have one of these stations be basically like right on this roundabout, or right next to it anyway. So let's see, I'll have this one here. We're gonna have a nice little what do you call it, like a pedestrian like thing over top of this. That was kind of the plan all along. That way the pedestrians can easily get to this metro station without having to try and cross a big roundabout, which actually, that's definitely one of the big things about roundabouts, is you don't want to have pedestrians crossing on these crosswalks, or you're going to get some pretty big buildup in traffic with all the pedestrians trying to cross, you know, blocking the traffic from getting and moving in and out. So definitely want to make sure you have good pedestrian walkways kind of over things like this. So that's the plan for that, but we'll get to that at a different time. For now, let's just throw down this metro line. I think I'm going to do it here, just so we can leave some room for the pedestrian walkway and all that stuff. So there's that. Go ahead and connect this real quick, like so. Why is that a different color? Oh, I think it's not functioning yet till it gets power. That's probably it. Then we'll have the metro do a little turn, and I think I'll have one more, and that should be down here. I'm just going to put it right there so we can still have a building on the corner there, like that. And then I'm literally just going to make a giant, like, arc connection, like this. But I think 2 connections is pretty good for a suburb like this. We don't really need to have a whole bunch of them kind of like in the actual neighborhoods themselves, mostly just underneath the main avenues so you can get back to downtown. So this should work pretty well. Do something like that. There we go. And awesome. So there's our little connection with the metro on that side. And we're definitely getting to a point where we can start making some lines pretty soon here. I may actually consider doing that. But let's do the bus stops first, since those are a little bit easier to handle right now. Now, I apparently can't make this because I don't have a bus depot yet. I actually did not know that. I thought I had a bus depot by now. I might put the bus depot down. Well, actually, that's a bad idea. Let's put it somewhere that's at the very least going to be able to easily service all these different routes. So, honestly, somewhere over here would be pretty ideal. I think I'm going to put it over here in front of this museum. Modern art museum. Ooh, that's not going to fit. Actually, it'd be nice to have it along this this avenue here. I'll put it on this side then. So we'll block construction there, but that's not a big deal. Could do some trees and stuff. I wonder if any of these trees got duplicated. They did not. I think it's just the ones over here. Yep, you can definitely see that. That's pretty bad. It's definitely annoying with the frame rate though. Kind of makes me excited to be working outside the city from now. And it's weird because I didn't actually notice that happening for a little while. I think, oops, didn't want these to be growing in. I think something happened to my game. I think I might have installed a mod or something happened like a few weeks ago that caused all the existing trees to do that. I just don't really know exactly what it was. I tried to like look back on the mods that I installed, and I don't think I really installed anything, like I said, that would really affect it, but a little bit annoying. Not a huge deal though. We'll find a solution. And regardless, the nice thing is it's only that small portion of our map, so I only really get frame problems inside the dense city, so that's good. It's easy to work outside the city and not have too many problems. I'm just gonna throw some of these down. I don't know, just some details and stuff. Where'd the other bush go? Here we go. Just so this doesn't look so bare. Maybe a few of these as well. Awesome. That looks good. So there's our new bus depot, which is good. It goes right out to the bus lanes. And then we also, I actually assumed that this bus stop counted as a bus depot, but I guess they don't really actually house buses, which kind of makes sense. I don't know where you put the buses on this thing anyway. But let's go ahead and start designing our bus routes for the middle of the city, which is kind of the exciting part, to be honest. I'm really looking forward to planning this out, although it is a little annoying that they give you this view, which means that we got to deal with these underground things here. But how about we go ahead and look real quick at where we want routes to go. So, like I said before, I think I've said this a few times throughout this series, but I'm really trying to make an effort here with this particular city and really this whole region to make different public transportation that really makes sense and isn't just like, you know, random loops just to get like the proximity and upgrade things. So let's really try and think about where people are going in this city and where we would need to have bus routes going. So for now, what I'm really thinking is we should definitely have at least one or two routes that go the full distance all the way across this area. I think that would make a lot of sense because obviously lots of people are going to want to try and get, you know, from this part of town or to the downtown or possibly even all the way down to our Dale Heights all the way over here. So we'll definitely want something like that. We're also going to want to have a line kind of following this road like this, and possibly some of these lines making right angles to go in here or in here like that. And actually, you know, I think I want to do a little bit of a circular route right here. That would be awesome. Now, I don't want to only use these main avenues. We're going to get some pretty big traffic, but the bus lanes will help. But I'm still kind of anticipating having some traffic if you use only the same roads over and over again for all your routes. So we'll try not to do that too much. But why don't we start with a clockwise and counterclockwise loop around the downtown area using these, which I think makes the most sense. Actually, let's go all the way up to here. Ooh, I'm kind of... Yeah, we want to go like this. So we'll use this upper instead of this lower area here like that, which I think will definitely help people trying to get around just the downtown area and then down to this area. Right? Let's see. Ooh, actually, maybe we should have them go like this. That would probably make more sense, actually. We'll do multiple loops, alright? So we'll just make this one first. This one will be easy. So we'll go ahead and have it start. It comes out this way, which is pretty convenient. So we'll have it start right here, right in front of the... Actually, we'll have it start right here in front of the metro stop. And then, so this is going to be the outer one that goes out to this one. So, let's see, maybe like a stop on the street, and then a stop right in front of this metro stop. Like so. And I'll try not to use too many, because we're going to definitely want to have some room over here for plenty of transfers into this kind of like central location, because this is kind of like the central strip where we're going to have lots of transfers going on between different metros. So we really want to have plenty of space for as many bus stops as possible along this main avenue, so I won't waste these like prime locations next to these metro stops like that. But anyway, here's the main avenue. It's hard to like find all of it with this crazy mess of road. Alright, so this is a taxi location. That might need some more buses than usual. But I'm going to put one in front of these buildings like that. And then we'll have it make another turn on this side. So we're not going to go over to these quite yet. I'll put a stop here next to this metro line on that side. Let's see, maybe like one like right in front of this big building here. And then one more there in front of that metro stop. Then we can go ahead and head back in. Okay, I actually gotta go all the way around to here, don't I? That's alright though, it's not a big deal. And we'll go in and connect back here again. Awesome. Alright, so there is the first line. That'll be like the clockwise version of that. Can I put one? Okay, I can't. I was just wondering. So there's the clockwise. I'll go and make the counterclockwise now, but let's make sure that we keep up with naming these lines to our best of our abilities. I actually don't have a name for this city yet. Yeah, I probably should have named the city first. That would have been really a good idea to make this easier. I'm just going to name everything after downtown for now, just to make it easy. So downtown loop 1 clockwise, what? Counterclockwise. Right? Yeah, that's counterclockwise. I'll say CC. So, and the reason why I put a 1 there is so that, oh yeah, hit enter here. The reason why I put a 1 there is so we can make sure that, because we're going to have multiple loops that are in the downtown. So definitely want to make sure we define that. And then the nice thing about that, I think I'm going to try and make all of our loops for like, all the downtown loops will be like variations of white and gray, which will just make everything easier. So I'll just make this white, and then the counterclockwise one here, which will basically do the same thing but the other direction. And I'll make all the stops basically across the street from the original stops just to make this easier. So there we go. Boom. Boom. And then, oh yeah, across the street from that as well. I'll probably put one next to the museum as well. That makes sense. And then, again, they're going to have to turn around just to get over to that. Wow, it just has them go pretty much... Wow, where is it even telling them to go? Oh, into our tunnel system. Back out. Wow, that's having it go pretty far. Oh, not really. It just cuts through the tunnel system, comes out on this side. It's not a huge deal, I guess. Okay, whatever. Boom. And then that will be... Okay. Get out of the way. This is going to be downtown loop 1 clockwise. Awesome. And then we'll go ahead and make this one... I'm going to make this one also white. I think that we could probably have the loops the same color. So our downtown loop number 1 will be there. That's a pretty functioning loop, I think. And hopefully this is going to cause some upgrading to happen. I think that a lot of these buildings are already at max or close to max, but this should definitely help with that if they're still on the fence about that. And also, just like addressing this, a lot of you guys have mentioned that my skyline's a little bit odd right now, just because of the fact that I've got a lot of tall buildings that are all about the same size, and then just like a lot of buildings that aren't very tall surrounding it. So I recognize that. I'm actually going to probably go in and grab some new assets from the workshop at some point that are slightly smaller, so like, you know, buildings about this size and smaller, to kind of create more of a fade out, especially over here on this side. I also might get rid of this Comcast Center building and put something else there that's like a bit smaller, because I feel like if there's any building that's kind of breaking the skyline right now, it's this one, because all these other ones kind of fade up to this Canadian building, except for this one. So I might destroy that one, put down something slightly smaller than that, smaller than these even, and then kind of create some more of a fade out. But we also don't have a lot of max buildings yet, so when all these start growing up to be full size, that should help quite a bit with the whole skyline thing. So don't worry, this is definitely still a working skyline for those of you who are wondering about that. But anyway, so there's downtown loop 1, and then I think loop 2 should be the one that goes all the way out this way, and then maybe we'll have it connect to this loop right here. That's a pretty good transfer point, actually. So why don't we do that? And I'm gonna make both of these downtown loops all connect back to the main station at some point. That way it's pretty easy to go directly from the station to pretty much anywhere in downtown. Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, that makes sense. We should definitely use this in the loop. Alright, so put this here. This will be the the clockwise counterclockwise loop here. So start there, have it move down this way. I'm gonna put actually they can walk to that metro pretty easily. I'm not gonna put anything else there, but definitely want to have a stop here and one more stop before we get down onto this bridge. So one there. And we're gonna head all the way down. Actually, I should probably have a few stops on this next to bridges, so like one there and then one there. Awesome. Have one at the end of this street, and then just kind of bring this one around right in front of the university without actually, well, yeah, we'll just go up to the avenue in front of the university, and then I might have like some special university loops later on, but for now we'll just have a stop right in front of the university, and then we'll keep moving up. There we go. Loop through there, and then come all the way back up along this street with stops every few. Definitely want to have one in front of this metro though. Another one in front of this metro. That's pretty good, right? And then put one more stop in yeah, if you're coming from this side, you should be able to hop off the bus here before it starts going back to this main thing. So you don't have to ride all the way into here just to switch to this stop here on the white. So that makes sense. And then come back. Awesome. So there is downtown loop 2. Clockwise, right? Yep, clockwise. Downtown loop 2 clockwise. And I'll definitely make this one interesting. The stops thing kind of blocks it, but whatever. I might actually take the loop out of the name so we don't have that in the way, because you don't really need to have a loop. Just downtown loop, downtown 2 clockwise, downtown 1 counterclockwise, and downtown 1 clockwise. Alright. Then we'll make 2. Make this one like a middle. Actually, make it slightly lighter. How about that? Maybe, actually, no, let's make this one black. That's good, because like the two main loops, it should be very distinct colors. So awesome, and then I'll do the reverse of that one real quick. Start there, move to here. I'm actually going to make it start here, and then have this one be the last stop before we end. So there, there, We'll just move all the way down, following the same stops that we originally had here. And hopefully this is a more effective way of doing this. I think this is going to save a lot of trips for people that are trying to get to work in downtown or work way down here. Alright. Coming back up here again. Why did I not make a stop next to this metro? Oh yeah, it's around the corner, that's why. So, one more here, and then, wait a minute, what's going on here? Oh, it turns. Okay, I was like, what? Alright, and then the last stop's going to be here before we then come back in and connect back here. Alright. And then we'll go ahead and call this one downtown 2 counterclockwise. Awesome. Make that black. And we're good on that. Awesome. So there's 2 pretty distinct loops that should definitely help with the buses there. Alright, so I went ahead and did some stuff off camera. Originally I was just going to go ahead and finish up the bus routes and things, but I got a little carried away. I did some new things, not too many things off camera obviously, but some stuff I thought needed attention. So obviously first of all I went and did some new bus routes. I'll explain all those in a minute, but I also went and I renamed all of our districts to kind of some things that make more sense. Names that I kind of had in mind for a while that I didn't really ever get around to actually putting on our different zones. So we have the Rhinestone City right here in the middle, the main part of town. We've got Delfino Plaza, our little shopping center, kind of off down south of the city. Kind of a little bit of reference to Super Mario Sunshine as well, you may have noticed. Mostly because this whole island looks like Al Delfino. So I wanted to have a few at least throughout the city. This will be one of them, but I think I'm also going to call this Delfino Bay over here, where we're going to have all of our awesome resorts and whatnot. But anyway, we also have South Rhinestone and Rhinestone University down this way. And then, did I already mention Dale? I don't think I did. Dale and Downtown Dale. I don't know. I feel like Dale is a very, I don't know, office worker-y name. It just sounds like an office district to me. So there's Dale. There's Downtown Dale. I also threw in a couple of these unique buildings that are they're not just like basic growable buildings. They're unique buildings that all kind of fit the office theme. This is like an IBM office. Oh wait, no, this is an IBM office. Another regional office. So I don't know, stuff like that. Just kind of, I felt like the Dale district was very mundane and kind of boring. So I wanted to throw in some interesting things. Obviously, this isn't really like the end of it. We're going to do a lot of detail work in Dale later on, but for now this is what we got for Dale. And then yeah, I also did some changes to the main skyline. You may notice that it's no longer got the giant Comcast tower over here, and I tried to kind of use some more smaller buildings here and there, like here and back over here on this side, just to kind of, I don't know, scale back and create more of like a gradual skyline here, which I like quite a bit now. So it's not really the final result, like I said before, but I wanted to go in and at least change it a little bit. But finally, we have some new bus routes. So we started off with just the white and the black. So here, and then let's see where the black one. Oh yeah, the black one's the big outer loop over here on this side. And then from there, I figured we should probably have some sort of connecting loop over here on this side. So we've got now South Rhinestone Island, which is, you can see it when I click on it. Basically, it just loops around this way, comes in here. This is supposed to just kind of cover the main part of Rhinestone Island, or at least South Rhinestone, and kind of go in and make some nice stops around the suburbs. So all these people can take this route down here. It stops over here on this side in the bus station here, and then right next to it is the Dale route, and the Dale route goes all the way out and just kind of loops around Dale a little bit. So those are kind of conjoined a little bit. Those are made to be used together for all these people living in Rhinestone to move over and work in Dale. And then on top of that, I also wanted to have a different route kind of going around this way that would service, I don't know, oh, well, let's see. There's actually two of them. But this is the oh, actually, you know what? No, there's only one of them. This is the Delfino Plaza Uni route. So this one actually just, let me see if I can highlight it again. It's a little confusing with all the different gray colors. So this one here goes around, it comes right inside Delfino Plaza, and it has a few stops in here, and then it goes right around this way on the main avenue, all the way up to the university. You can't really see it very well, but it goes underneath this other route and stops at the university, and then it loops around and comes back down the main avenues again, and then reconnects on this side. This one does not go to the main terminal, so that's something to note. But I also have the other one. Where did it go? Downtown to Uni. This one, I believe, actually does go. Yeah, this one does go to the main terminal. But this one just goes basically from downtown. It loops around in the actual downtown area here, I believe. Oh, you know what? No, it just actually goes in and then connects to the main thing over here, and then it comes all the way down. Let me highlight it again so you can see it better. It's flashing there. You can see the flashing buses taking it right now. Unfortunately, it is pretty much the same color as the roads. It's kind of hard to see what's going on here, but it does loop around off of all of this. It goes on the main avenues here, all the way down up here, and then also connects to the university. So these two have direct access to the university. So all these people here in the university can easily hop on a bus and go either to downtown or to Delfino Plaza, no problem. And then, of course, I could take the metro as well. But anyway, aside from that, though, I think I explained all of these, right? Oh, yeah, and then I have one more downtown loop that is basically just covering the last little bit of downtown, and it basically just like kind of wraps around this area and then around this back little corner over here, and then goes to the main station. So if you need, for some reason, to go specifically to a part in downtown, and not just on one of these loops, because these loops don't really service this little inner area right here, you can go ahead and do that, no problem. So that should be all of the different routes for our buses for this area. I'll probably change the colors for different locations. I just use gray and white for Dale and Rhinestone City. But as you can see, because of all of this new bus route stuff, we've got a lot more income. We're finally positive, which is awesome because we are still making way more power than we could ever need right now. Like by a long shot. We're producing way more water and handling way more sewage than we could ever need. I mean, we're so far ahead in terms of utilities. So the fact that we're already in positive is pretty impressive, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. But as a result, we're also having some problems with getting the cargo out like we need to. That's just due to the new stress coming in from having all of these high-density commercial. So what that means really is we just need more ways to get the cargo down this way, and we actually have a couple different places not being used right now. This one here is not being used at all, and this whole node over here is not being used at all. So once these nodes are being used to distribute stuff down this way and over here even, we shouldn't have any problems, you know, having this one keep up with, this one keep up with all this stuff over here. But if it does, we can always do some more cargo work somewhere else along this way or something like that. So we'll deal with that in a different time. Right now, I just wanted to get the bus routes and stuff done. So as you can see, the bus routes are good to go. And then, yeah, that's everything for the bus routes. The one thing that I wanted to do before we stop is I wanted to go ahead and work on a couple of these train lines. So, oh right, I did extend this one down here to downtown Dale. So I wanted to have an actual metro line that goes straight to downtown Dale, and then you can hop off this metro line and hop right on the buses here and go, you know, throughout Dale if you need to. So let me go ahead and grab this real quick, and we'll do a couple different lines. So let's see, this one's going to be extended out this way, but I do want to have at least one or two like complete lines that go like from one end to the other end, and then a lot of these little branches are just going to go to like the central point and then turn around again. That way we don't have so many overlapping lines and stuff like that. And then they can also transfer very easily from the middle part of town, so that shouldn't be too bad. But one of those big continuous lines is going to be from over here, so we'll just go ahead and start with this one. Bring it down here, have it go all the way down, connect back to this line over here, and then loop around to our connection to the, I guess the citizen station for trains, not the cargo. So they'll have a direct line to that, which is good, and then have it run backwards as well. I'll probably have a lot of these run backwards, not just forwards, obviously. Well, they have to run backwards, I guess. None of these really loops, so that's fine. That's pretty standard, actually, for metros. So, or at least for, I'm thinking for like above trams that are like above the ground. Those usually run in loops like this. They don't, or they run in you know, down and back kind of fashion instead of a loop. Anyway, that's good. I don't have a name for this area yet, so I'm not even going to name this. In fact, I probably won't name... Yeah, I won't name this one at least, but we'll see about other ones here in the future. This one's pretty easy, though, so we'll take Dale. This is going to be a dead end here, by the way, so no reason to really worry about that. Well, I might actually have... I might have this line kind of loop over this way if we do more of this, like, Dale office stuff over here, but... this one's going to handle the Delfino Bay over here on this side, so we'll not worry about that with this line. But this will dead end here, and then, wait, did I start that the right way? Oh, I did. Okay, good. So go to here, head down this way, and then, let's see. This is the central point, so we'll stop here, and then we'll loop back like so. And connect. So if I do something like this, where I don't have it go all the way down and like connect somewhere else, then I'll have it stop at the station before, so I don't want to have them crossing over, and then these will stop at this station over here. That way, if you want to transfer to this one, you can just walk down the sidewalk and you're there, or you could take one of these lines, I suppose. But the idea behind that is we don't have like every single line overlapping on the same piece of track, because that'd be kind of crazy. So this should help with that quite a bit. And this one we can actually name. I believe it's Metro Line 2. And we'll just call it, I'm calling Rhinestone City RC. So we'll say RC/Dale. And that's a good line there. And let's make this one the yellow line. There we go. I don't know, I always just associate yellow with like work or industry or something like that, so that kind of makes sense. And then this one we'll name later on at some other point. And then the only reason why I didn't actually have the full loop for this line be the university loop is because this one's kind of intended to like finish off over here at the train station, and we already have a train station over here, so there's no reason to really make a connection from here all the way to here, because they can just hop on the train and go all the way down here. So not really any reason to actually do that. So this one can just come down here, and then same thing as the Dale line. It'll run straight through here, and then it'll dead end here at this station here. So there will be an overlap, but it's only going to be between these two trains. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. Should work just fine. I'm kind of surprised that the train's even running. Oh, I guess they just don't stop here because it's like not running. I'm not really sure. I didn't know the line could run if stops weren't even being powered, but okay. Whatever you say. So anyway, there we go. Now we have that one, and I kind of just want this one to be the red line, mostly because the red line, the red line in my city is the university line, so it just kind of makes sense to me. So we'll call this the uni, I'll say RC Uni. I'll always put Rhinestone City first if it's in the name. Make this one the red line. Awesome. Alright, that should work pretty well. And we can kind of keep track and see how well these function. It takes a bit to fully implement these, but I'm going to go ahead and boost the funding as well. I already kicked the funding all the way up for buses, but I think I'm going to do the same for metros. I kind of want this city to really focus heavily on good transportation. And as you can see, we actually have pretty good traffic flow. The only time the traffic builds up really is when they're sitting in the bus lane, so that's all the buses. So the actual streets are pretty much open, which is awesome. And it's really cool to watch this thing function. Watch all the buses kind of run in here, do their thing, and then and head out again. That's kind of cool to watch. And then, of course, all the cargo on this side over here. So definitely cool to see. And we don't even have the actual trains functioning yet. So we've still got plenty more public transportation to focus on besides just, of course, our buses and our metros. But it looks like that's helping us out quite a bit. And yeah, we'll see how everything else works in the future here. We're gonna have to expand Dale a bit. We've got a lot of things we've kind of started but not finished, so we got to expand Dale in this direction. We've got to work on this, which will probably be the next step, honestly, because I really want to just like get this going. I want to block off this little weird like incinerator like area where all of our trash is being handled. Kind of weird right now, so we'll try and work on this area, and then and get some neighborhoods going, stuff like that, and then we can finally power these stops and continue on with all metros and all that stuff. But definitely glad to get all the public transportation kind of handled for today. We've got everything that is built so far being serviced by our public transportation, so that's awesome to see. And everything's going pretty good now. Looks like our budget is still in the green. We spent some money actually to get that whole bus situation done. But yeah, oh yeah, and also we definitely have to get this whole node over here running so we can get some more cargo servicing this area, and then we can have most of this cargo focus on this area, which is not being handled very well right now. So anyway, that's the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.